How's it going, everybody? I am back in Fallout 4, and I am doing a final tour of Croup Manor. And so I've been working on the settlement for a little while now, and I think that I'm finally done with it. Uh, I really don't know what else to build here. I've done a whole lot already. There's only a few things that I hadn't shown you on videos prior to this, and you may have noticed them. Well, one thing specifically, just in like the background, but I'll explain more whenever we get to those. So I just just kind of wanting to move on. I think I just really don't know what else to build here. Um, I've got a junk wall all the way around the settlement now. I did off camera. I built something around the back as well. Um, the first thing that you notice whenever you first come up front to the settlement is this guard post, like guard tower. So you can see this sees out across the coast and down the driveway. Same with this right here. You can see out front and down the driveway. And over here, you can see all the way down the road. And this one's a pretty good view. But you got some lockers and some random stuff decorating this area. We'll go on to this. So I never showed you guys this right here, and mainly with custom vanilla assets, they added a whole lot of like bushes and grass and stuff like that, and it's under the organic section. If you guys go to, if you have custom vanilla assets downloaded, you go to the Vanilla Games Decorations tab, go to Miscellaneous, and you should find an organic button that you can drop and activate, and then you can get all the different options for that, and you can activate it. And I kind of just made this kind of look like an overgrown statue. I thought it was pretty cool looking. Made it look a little bit more interesting. And I got a flag up there. And if we move on, you see I got the junk wall going all the way around. You'll notice I got rid of the couch right here. That's because for some reason the scrapping mod isn't working. That's why you have this pile of bricks right here. And there's probably going to be a couple things around the settlement. I know that these bushes and stuff weren't here before. And I had accidentally deleted, I think, one of these sides. I can't remember which, but yeah. So this is still accessible, even with the giant rocks and leaves and dirt and stuff. But you can still get up here. This is just another one of the guard posts that I had built. Got a Minutemen up here guarding. And then the junk fence goes all the way around. And then it had ended right here before, but I just continued this along. That way it is a little bit more difficult to get up. But then I've also got this junk wall now, which is just fences and stuff around the actual edge of the settlement, the cliffside or whatever. And you can see that it's kind of scrappy and thrown together all the way around. And then you get over here to my farm. And you can see I did fence off this area, so it's a little bit safer. But I've got like the farmhouse with the actual farm right here. Got a couple beds and tables for them to eat, stuff like that, storage, whatnot. And then around this corner we have the actual farm. You can see that things are growing pretty well. The settler will actually like get up on top of these plywood pieces, and he'll stand up here and actually use these. So that's something that I thought was really cool. And then for the most part, he ducks down to like garden, so like he'll duck down underneath it as well. So those actually work exactly how I intended, which is pretty cool. But the next thing that I'll show you is as we're walking up front, is I had this little pathway right here. If you're coming in the settlement and you need to go straight to the house, you can go this way or the other way, I guess, depending on where you're going. So you can see we've got a shooting range right here and a couple workbenches for whoever's over here shooting or anything like that, ammunition stuff. And the guy's farming. He's at these gardens right here that are out front. And then over here we've got the conference room and a radio tower uh, for them to like broadcast these to the wasteland. Some equipment for them, all the files and everything that they're discussing. But this is a pretty simple room. It was mainly decorations. The video was just decorations. I just decorated the room. And yeah, I think that it turned out pretty good. And then we'll go inside of the house and we'll take a look at the first floor. And so when you first come in, you can see that we have a gun shop right here. And
If you need a weapon, you've come to the right place.
yeah, you can talk to her through the fence and everything. So that's just supposed to be like a safety thing for her or whoever would be working there. I didn't do anything. I added a sink, but I didn't do anything down here. I kind of wanted to, but at the same time, I just didn't know what to do with that little of space as decoration. I thought maybe, well, I passed this when I was outside, that I could do this down there at first, but it really wasn't enough room, like I said, but that has moved since I placed it the first time. But yeah, there's a little bathroom out here outside the house. Got a bathtub and then a toilet and everything. But if we go into the armory, you can see that there's a whole lot of gear in here. I placed down all this, I built this shelf myself, and then I'd also placed down all of this equipment myself. So I think that it looks pretty cool. Then also they've got like mini nuke stash, weapons bench. Another one of these. The same one is outside, I think. And yeah, they look pretty cool though. And then I got another one from Makeshift Furniture. I think that this one is also Makeshift Furniture, but this is just under the tables section. This is under the weapons bench, and I think it's backwards to be honest with you. But I wanted the refrigerator facing the wall. I just think that because this alarm clock is backwards. So, whatever. Got a bunch of weapons all like sitting up and everything like that. That chair comes like that. Shelf filled with weapons, all this ammunition. But looking at it though, we look pretty set up. Whenever you're standing out front and you look in, you can see all the weapons and stuff, not even knowing what's behind this metal wall right here. And then you come upstairs, and in this main room, we have like a dining facility, so we got like a chow hall. You got this makeshift furniture table, all this nice setup and everything, all these tables that are all nice and everything. And then a nice little dining area where you can get your food, a little kitchen area. And then in this next room, we have another another like sleeping room, whatever. I can't even, another bedroom area. So down there I had the farmhands house. This is the barracks, so this is where all the Minutemen sleep. You can see I've built all these different bunk beds and stuff. This is the most compact one. This is the one that I would use regularly because you can fit a lot more of these in than say these. These are huge, take up a lot of space. You can make more compact versions of these, I'm pretty sure, because I've done smaller things than this. You don't have to add all of these extra pieces of plywood. You can make it work without that. Uh, Same with this. I just tried to make like higher detailed ones, so they worked out. And then this one was just kind of me just messing around trying to make an interesting bed. Got some different workbenches and lockers and stuff. You can see that they've got stuff inside these lockers and everything. I got an armor's workbench, got a weapons workbench, bunch of supplies, everything like that. And then while we're here, we'll go into the rec room. And so this is just an area where, I mean, essentially they can just get drunk, party, let off steam and stuff like that because, you know, stressful life in the wasteland. And then you got a nice little view over the coast on this balcony back here. This, I wish that I had done a little bit more of like adding on to the house like this, but I didn't really know essentially how to do it right. So I wanted to do more of it, but just didn't know how to get it to work the way that I wanted without just adding it on top of parts that are like hanging off, you know? So this I thought was a good use of space. I deleted this wall right here. You can see that there's a hole from where the wall is supposed to be, but yeah, I deleted this wall so it was a little bit more open, and then I just filled in with a half wall on this side so that it's a little bit more boxy. And then if we go in here, and then go upstairs, so you see there's like a little, really it's like a smoke room in my opinion. This is what I thought of the whole time. They've got like some drinks, and then San Francisco, what are they called? Sunlights? Yeah. Yeah, San Francisco Sunlights. All the different drinks that they have here, different shot glasses. But this is kind of just like a chill area for the general and whoever his guests are. And then this is actually the general's quarters, so it's got a lot of different things from different parts of the game. Vault stuff, Vault 111, Silver Shroud. The case file, I just thought it was cool because it makes me think of Nick. Got stuff for dog meat. Uh, Brotherhood of Steel, Jamaica Plains, that's for the railroad, Nuka World. Uh, got this down here, it's got the robots like Automatron. But there's a lot of stuff in here that I thought was pretty cool. There's a Wasteland Survival Guide. That's pretty cool. Uh, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that I put as kind of references to other parts of the game. And then this doorway leads to the sniper's nest. So I don't have anything in these shelves up here, but I do have some different things that they can use. And you can see this kind of gives a view from a little higher up. You can see out over here. It's a little bit safer than down there, but they can see across the coast and everything like that all the way down. And then also across the settlement as well. Got a little checker table in here for them. I also put down a sleeping bag because at one point I didn't have enough beds, so that's why I built that farmhand house, because I needed more beds in the settlement. But then I've got another guy up here. Usually he would be standing closer to the edge of the settlement, or edge of the roof, and it would be a good vantage point to look out over the settlement. But he doesn't want to stand there today apparently. But that's a really nice view. I like this. This settlement I thought turned out really good. I just enjoy how I kept with the wall. I like the way that that looks. How it still follows the original wall all the way around the driveway over there, and then kind of continues it over here. I added for power, well, after I added all these sandbags and cinder blocks and stuff for whoever's up here to hide behind, I added all of these solar panels, which someone mentioned that they were blocked by this. It would only be when the sun is going like on this side. So it wouldn't be all day. Like, as you can see, they're completely in the sun right now. I've got a generator and windmills anyway, so that's all day power. The generator, not necessarily forever, but the windmill will keep going. Uh, and these don't actually technically do anything. I wish that it was kind of more realistic where they actually did something, but for this, I just wanted to make it look like it was sturdy and holding up these two windmills. So for some reason, these will sync up sometimes, so I think that it's about to slightly miss. Yeah, so you can see it barely missed. But for some reason, sometimes these will sync up as I'm like coming into the settlement, and then they'll run into each other. It doesn't stop them, but it does kind of bother me that they run into each other sometimes. But you can see that it barely misses, which is cool. But yeah, got that walkway up there. But yeah, this settlement was really fun to build at. I really enjoyed doing something with this place. Previously, I've really not ever done anything besides like, I mean, even in like old saves, I really didn't do a whole lot here. I didn't really mess around with Croup Manor too much just because the big house and everything, that was the main thing that I was always interested in. I was like, oh, I just need to rebuild the house. So you like glitch in floors or whatever you do. And I don't know, I've never done anything like this where I made it this massive like settlement and like have lore behind it and everything. But I really think that it turned out pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. The next place that I'm going to be moving on to is Murkwater, and I've already got some like pretty cool ideas for that place. Dog Breath mentioned in the comments the other day that there will be plenty of stilts and plywood, and that's partially true. I don't really know exactly what I'm gonna do, but I have ideas. But there'll probably be some stilts and some plywood. So look forward to that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.